Kazoo band takes stage. So, last Saturday, my friends and I were lounging around my apartment, the usual mix of weekend boredom and too many snacks. We were discussing our high school ambitions when someone brought up the idea of starting a band, the classic make it big fantasy. The problem was, none of us actually owned any real instruments or had any musical talent to speak of. This was when Todd, the self-proclaimed leader of our group, rummaged through my closet and triumphantly emerged with a kazoo, a rubber chicken, and a slide whistle that I had completely forgotten I owned. The idea was born. We'd become the Cluckophonists, the world's least conventional band. We didn't waste any time. That afternoon was spent in what can only be described as the most chaotic and cacophonous jam session in my living room. Todd took to the kazoo like a duck to water, or maybe more like a duck to a kazoo, given our poultry theme. Sarah was a natural with the rubber chicken, squeezing out jazz-like rhythms that were more amusing than musical. I handled the slide whistle, creating swooping melodies that could only be appreciated by someone who had never heard real music before. Our neighbors were not exactly thrilled, but we were on a mission. We had a gig lined up, an open mic night at the local community center. When the big night arrived, we strutted onto the stage with the confidence of rock stars, despite the fact that our audience consisted of a confused elderly couple, a couple of toddlers more interested in their coloring books, and a gentleman who seemed more interested in his crossword puzzle. We launched into our opening number, Peekaboo, a masterwork of improvised nonsense that somehow harmonized our ridiculous instruments. To our surprise, the audience was actually into it. The toddlers looked up from their crayons, the elderly couple started tapping their feet, and even the crossword guy paused to chuckle. As we wrapped up our set, I couldn't help but notice the unexpected enthusiasm from the audience. We had managed to turn a random assortment of sounds into an oddly entertaining performance. As we took our final bow, the elderly man stood up and shouted, "That was excellent. You should really take this act on the road." With a wink, Todd replied, "Well, we might just chicken out, but thanks for the cluck of confidence."